All right, hello, and welcome to Bourbon and Ash.
My name is Manuel. This is my wife, Trisha.
And I'm Zachariah, and this is my wife, Nicole. Come join us as we explore the world of bourbon and cigars, which offers a rich tapestry of flavors, aromas, and experiences. Cheers to your journey of discovery and enjoyment.
Para Dios, tu familia y tus amigos. Salud.
Salud.
Going on Bourbon just the same. Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, bang.
I'm excited to be here. I appreciate Manny and Trish, you guys joining Nicole and I here. Manny, you and I, we go back nearly 30 years.
30 years next year.
Yeah, next year. We met at a golf course, actually, playing golf. And,
That's right.
And I think I gave you a cigar, and maybe
Yes.
we were sipping on a flask of whiskey at a buddy's, I think it was a bachelor
It was like
party.
a bachelor party. Yeah.
Yeah, we were sipping on some whiskey. 15 years now, we've been neighbors.
Yep,
And
we've been neighbors
obviously,
for 15 years.
We've both enjoyed the experience of bourbon. Our wives have kind of followed us along and became a little bit of bourbon and cigar aficionados as well, which has kind of helped grow our relationship and our friendship. So I'm excited for the opportunity to talk to our audience today about some of those experiences. Right. And about some bourbons and cigars that we personally enjoy, and maybe that mix a little bit together as well, that kind of maybe shoot off a little bit of different flavors as well.
Yes.
So the first bourbon that I'd like to talk to you guys about is one of my favorites. We actually happen to just be down in Kentucky, in Lebanon, Kentucky.
Correct.
Which is south of Louisville, about an hour's drive, I think.
About an hour's.
We've been there twice now. This is our second year going there. And we happened to come across this barrel, which is a toasted barrel by Limestone Branch, which puts off Yellowstone. It is Yellowstone itself is probably one of my favorite distilleries in bourbon. Their Bourbon Select, I think, is like $49,
$50
MSRP on the shelf. This particular bottle is a select, distillery select, which means it can only be bought at the distillery, which also makes it a little bit more allocated because you have to go to the distillery.
You have to drive out there and pick it up.
Yeah,
That's the only place you could acquire it, and it makes it a little allocated, if you would.
sure.
If you got to make the drive.
Well, I mean, it seems like the craze right now is going toasted.
Yes.
I'm excited about sharing what my thoughts are, our thoughts are on this particular distillery and what they've done. I assume that like other toasted bourbons, it's going to have a little bit more smoky, dark, more oaky, more wood flavored.
Woodier. Yes, I'm excited about that part. I do like the oaky stuff. You know, I like the double oak stuff. So super excited to see what this will bring forward and what it'll deliver, how well it will deliver. Super excited about it.
So for all of you out there, Limestone Branch Distillery was founded by brothers Paul and Stephen Beam, I think in 2010. So they've been around for about 14 years. They're a new distillery. However, their lineage goes back into the 1800s. So I believe their great-great-grandfather was distilling bourbon in the early days of Kentucky. And so they've kind of taken their family recipe and made their own discovery and their own mash bill, which makes them stand apart, in my opinion, is the mash bill. They're, I think, 75% corn, 13% rye, and about 12% barley. And they use a white pollinated corn, which makes for a lighter, sweeter whiskey.
It does. And talking about different mashes, I think that's their signature trait. You know, they're all the same, but they're all different at the same time. It's because of whatever it is they're going after, what is they like personally, and they really do a good job of finding the grains that are going to deliver on that. And
Absolutely.
they do a great job.
Absolutely. Now, part of Paul Beam and Stephen Beam's legacy is the name Yellowstone.
Right.
It was not derived from the TV show by Kevin Costner, Yellowstone.
Right.
I'd like to think most people probably say, "Oh, wow, that bourbon was made famous because they created it after the series," which is in no way case.
Correct. It's not the truth.
That's correct. So they actually named it for the national park in Montana, Yellowstone. I
Yellowstone
believe.
Park.
Yeah, in Wyoming, Montana. They believed that just the beauty of the national park was worth putting it on a label. They actually have the waterfall on the picture, which really just kind of showcases why they wanted to be part of the national park. And as a matter of fact, they will give, I think, some proceeds. I'm not sure what the amount is, but if you do a little bit of research, that every bottle that you buy, there is a percentage of that goes toward the national parks.
Yes.
Fantastic. Awesome. I'm excited about it. I don't know about you all, but I'm ready to start sipping on it. Let's get a little bit of smell first.
Yeah.
See what we say. We can
Get
discuss
some
what
aromas,
we think.
right?
Now, for all you out there that are wondering why we're putting our noses to our glass, what we're doing is we're trying to get a nose for it. What we're trying to find is the different flavors that are coming to our senses. And you don't want to just use your nose. You want to be able to use both senses of your nose and your mouth at the same time by keeping your mouth just open a little bit at a time when you're trying to inhale.
It allows those aromas kind of touch your tongue, and it creates almost a flavor of the same thing you're smelling.
And it has a very pretty color. It's a
Oh, it is.
very pretty amber.
It is very, very
Very dark, very
dark.
pretty.
What do you guys?
I'm getting caramel, almost like a creme brulee kind of smell.
I've got a lot of vanilla, a lot of
A
caramel.
lot of
Yeah,
vanilla.
like those two together, kind of a.
But the bottle itself is just, I mean, look how the colors. I mean, just
It's very
absolutely
pretty.
gorgeous. I've seen some toasted barrels before, and I haven't seen one yet of this caliber
Dark.
color.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
I get
Oh, we're going-
chocolate, dark chocolate,
I
a
get
little
a lot
dark
of
chocolate, a lot of oak, very oaky.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
floral in a sense. I get floral right out of the.
Yeah,
right out of the
on
gate.
the lower end of the glass, I get the caramel. The top end, I get the floral. Figure up at the
Right?
top.
Yes, I agree.
It's
Oh,
delicious.
it is. Let's
It
see.
tastes really, really well too.
We're going to see how well it delivers on the aromas. The aromas are fantastic.
So for all you out there that are maybe new to the bourbon game, you don't want to just swallow that first drink. You want to acclimate your taste buds. So what you're going to do is
The Kentucky Hug.
the Kentucky Chew.
Oh, chew. Yes.
The Kentucky Chew.
The Kentucky.
So the Kentucky Chew is you're just going to let that bourbon sit in your mouth for about 10, 15 seconds. You don't want to gargle it, okay? You just want to let it sit there on your tongue, let it work through the palate, and just kind of come up with a little bit of the grainy, maybe that woodsy feel before you let it go down. And it helps, obviously, with that Kentucky,
The Kentucky Chew.
the Kentucky Chew.
Kentucky.
The swallow.
Oh, the swallow. It's a
Kentucky Hug.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
Kentucky Hug.
Yeah,
That's
it
correct,
doesn't
yeah.
burn as much.
Right.
So obviously on that first drink, I got a little bit of like maybe a cherry chocolate, or
I do
even
get
like
some of
a
that
woodsy,
bitterness.
like a oak.
Definitely the woodsy oak.
Yeah. I'm getting a little maple too as well. A little maple.
Honey. I got a little bit of honey. That's good. I like it.
It's got a little bit of that coffee bitterness.
Yeah,
little
it
finish.
sits kind of in the back a little bit.
Or
It lingers back there a little bit.
Almost a little bit of I get a little bit
almondish.
of bitter walnut, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
With the oak.
Yes, absolutely.
maybe
So,
the trees.
This particular bottle is only 100 proof. I say only. It's a little bit on the lighter side of whiskeys. It's not that burn.
Correct.
Maybe that the rise will give you, or that 120 proof will give you. It's a little bit smoother, at least to me. It's on the sweeter note for sure, and I like overall the flavor on the smell and on the finish.
The mouth feel is light, but yet robust, I feel.
But it lingers.
It lingers, and it really hits my tongue in the middle and then towards the back.
That's true.
I don't know. That's fantastic.
It's just a very pretty amber.
Oh, the color is beautiful.
It is.
All right, so I'm going to throw a little question at you and answer honestly. Okay? On a scale of 1 to 5 on my BNA scale, 5 being fantastic, love it, 1 being whatever, what would you say you would give this rating? Based on color, based on taste, and based on finish.
With the color, the smell is amazing. The taste is pretty darn good. I think I'm gonna go with 3.5. I think it's almost amazing, but just it's pretty darn good.
Okay.
How about you, Trisha? What'd you like about it? Tell us. What would you rate it?
Oakiness.
Okay.
I love the oakiness and the vanilla and caramel, and I would give it a 3, right in the middle.
3. Okay. 3.5, 3. Okay. Manny?
I'm gonna have to go with 3.8. I really enjoy it. I think it's got a great mouthfeel. At 100 proof is fantastic. It delivers. Very robust, but well-rounded. Okay, for 100 proof, I think it does a great job. The color is amazing. It really is. Yeah, 3.8.
Okay. I'm not gonna say nay or yay or whatever, but I just don't understand the whole decimal system here. It's pretty easy, 1 through 5. I mean, you guys are breaking it down to decimal points here.
We're getting greedy with it.
I mean, personally,
Maybe.
I'm a 4.
You're a 4.
I'm a hard 4. I've had some great bourbons. Well, again, specifically with this, I understand that it's a distillery select, but for a toasted at 100 proof, on the overall color, the overall taste, and the overall finish,
The smell.
yeah, I'm a easy 4. I don't know about 3.8s and 3.5s. Trisha, I respect you at 3, but I'm a 4. I'm a 4.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one who drank it, so I'm not sure what's wrong here.
I love it.
It's
I'm
very
really
good.
enjoying it.
You gotta sip it and enjoy it.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I don't know about sipping, but I enjoyed it. Hey, just a reminder, if you guys like our content, you find it entertaining or educational, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps our interweb algorithm systems. The more you share, the more you like, obviously, the more the video is going to get out there for people to be able to view it, and maybe they'll learn something from it. If not, they'll learn what not to do.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. And we're definitely going to be looking at the comments. Maybe you can ask us what you'd like to see us review. Pitch us some ideas. What is it that you like? Whether it's a bourbon or a cigar, we're open to any ideas. Hit us up down below. Put your comments.
And we'll reply if they're positive comments. We'll reply if they're
Absolutely.
negative.
We'll just scroll right
We'll
through
scroll
them.
right through them.
Right through.
Awesome. So I don't know about you all, but I'm ready for another fill because I know we're going to go into the cigar
Yes, absolutely.
section, and I do want to know what the pairing is with the particular cigar that we're going to introduce today. And I'm going to let Manny go ahead and talk about a little bit about what we chose on the cigar and why we've decided that we want to pair these two.
So, Drew Estate, the acid line, right? Their cigars, they're going to be a sweet cigar. This is a Belicoso Torpedo. Love these. They're a sweet cigar. I think they suit well with a sweet bourbon. They They smell fantastic,
smell
don't they?
amazing.
They smell really nice, really well. I enjoy them.
They have almost a caramel smell to them, don't they?
They do.
I got
It's
I got
very
a sweet mint. Yeah,
A little
vanilla.
mint. Yeah, I can smell a little mint in them. They smell fantastic.
Don't they?
Yes.
They really do.
So these are the Bellicosas by Acid by Drew Estates. So
Correct.
they're always going to be on the sweeter sides, correct?
They are.
Now the Bellicosa itself, the name, that is just in reference to the shape and the
To
size.
the shape and the size.
Okay,
That is correct.
So what is that? What does that mean? Is it because
That's
the pointed
typically
tip?
about a 50 to 56 ring. You have different ring size. I believe this is a 54. It's a 5-inch cigar. That is the most typical size
Okay.
on these Belicosos. The torpedo, they do make this on a just a regular cigar round on the back. But these are great because they allow a little bit of a different drag on them. A lot of people enjoy these because they're smaller there at the mouth. So yeah,
Now these cigars are handmade in
correct.
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
And
Yes.
they're always, like I said, they're always going to be a sweet, unique cigar blend, virgin leaves.
You can definitely smell the cigar. I mean, the tobacco leaves.
Oh yeah, no, it's a light wrap. I'm excited to try this.
Mine says
Absolutely.
blondie. What is a blondie?
So they make their blondie, they make the blondie maduro. It's just that how they categorize these.
So
It's by
because
light.
It's a
It's
light
a lighter
leaf,
cigar,
it's a
so it's
blonde.
called blondie,
Yes.
right?
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So for all you out there, maybe you're just new to the game and maybe you're well educated in the cigar industry. We're going to discuss maybe a few options of cutting. Now I know it
Absolutely.
really depends overall on the shape and size of the cigar, on how you can cut it. Obviously, you probably can't punch a torpedo because it's a sharp edge.
The sharp edge, a lot of times what happens when you do use a punch on a torpedo, you'll lose the cap. And
Okay.
the cap is the most difficult part of any cigar.
Sure.
When they're making these by hand, that they use the glue. They use a certain glue, and you don't want that falling apart because you'll end up with a bunch of stuff in your mouth that's never pleasant. So
Okay, so again, on the torpedoes, there's a couple variety of ways of cutting it. Now, I specifically on these will want to cut it at an angle. So you're going to take your cutters, and you're just going to take probably about not even a quarter of that torpedo where it's tapered down to a point, and just cut it down so that you see just a little bit of an angle. And again, what that does, it allows you for a better draw than cutting it straight. Now, you can cut it straight and you can cut it however you prefer. It really just depends on the cigar size and shape. But I prefer to always try to cut that at an angle. Just about a quarter inch, all you need. You get a good draw. Yep,
There you
go. Perfect.
So another way that these torpedoes are cut are with the V line, with the V cut. That's also a very popular cut, especially for torpedoes. It works well. I also prefer the slant, that cut right there that we have. It does really well for me. It draws fantastic.
So-
very effortless.
Not to interrupt you, but there's many ways to light a cigar, right?
Absolutely.
It really just depends on your location. If you're inside, my preference is if we're in a setting and I'm indoors, 100% of the time, I'm going to a match. If I'm outside and there's a little bit more of Mother Nature involved, I'm on the golf course, you're not going to have probably this opportunity because, again, you're going to have probably a little bit higher wind, so you're probably going to go to a butane. I'm going to let Manny kind of show you guys a little bit about the lighting method with a match.
With a match.
And then I'll show
Absolutely.
you a little bit of lighting method with a butane lighter. There's also the standard lighter, which my wife will show you. She's a cigarette smoker, so she's going to typically
I
go to
prefer this, yeah.
the lighter. However, this is in itself a ceremony. There's no rush, right? The enjoyment of cigars is slow paced. Take your time. You're enjoying the moment and the experience. So make it an experience.
It's almost like a ritual.
It is a
Zach.
ritual.
It's a
I agree.
ritual,
That's a good word.
right?
Ritual.
It's a ritual. So what you want to do is you want to hold your cigar over the flame, not allowing that flame to touch it. You're kind of going to toast it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, just like our bourbon. It's toasted. So you want to get that nice and even, right? Mm-hmm. When you start to see the little ambers come on,
And you can see he hasn't even inhaled on it. It's already smoking. And the big thing about this is you don't want to draw it to your mouth before you're lighting it, because you're taking your taste buds, you're acclimating it to a flavor without the draw. You want to be able to get that draw, that charcoal, that toast, before you put it up to your lips like he just did, because you're going to get ultimately 100% of the flavor before you start smoking.
absolutely. One of the
gonna
biggest
still this right here.
mistakes that I've seen, or that I've actually had myself, is that you get ahead of yourself and you're really trying to ignite this, and you've gone through a couple of matches and you're holding it really close to the flame, and then you ask yourself, well, why does it taste so bad? Because you've actually scorched it. Scorched tobacco doesn't smoke very well.
So on the other hand, like I said previously, this right here is not ultimately going to be able to be had on all typical occasions. We're on a golf course and it's a 5 to 10 mile breeze. I'm not going to have the luxury of being able to use a match. So what I'm going to fall back to is a butane lighter. It actually has a hot flame which will produce heat regardless of weather conditions. So at the same concept of him with his match, I'm going to do the same thing with a butane lighter. Again, I would just want to hold that butane lighter to the end of the cigar. You don't have to get it very close because this is producing a lot of heat. But I don't know if you guys can see it with the camera there. Basically, I'm just caramelizing the very end of that cigar enough to blacken it, to start burning some of that virgin leaves before I even put this in my mouth. Once I get that and it's starting to smoke, I'm going to go ahead and take that and draw it, and you'll see the flame jump to the cigar.
Oh, that's super sweet.
Oh, that's
Super sweet.
super sweet. And as Manny stated before, this is a ritual, right? Everyday
It is.
society.
Absolutely.
Everybody is at instant gratification. This is not one of those times. I have a hard day at work. I'm busy. I got a family. I want to be able to sit back, enjoy a bourbon and a cigar. I'm going to take my time to be able to enjoy this moment.
Absolutely.
And I want to make sure I'm doing it right. So I'm going to take a little bit extra time to make sure that I get that burnt, light it correctly.
Yeah, we have very busy lives. I'm sure everybody that's watching has very busy lives as well. And we do appreciate you spending this time with us. We know time is very valuable, especially for leisure, right? It's really difficult to allocate 20, 30, 45 minutes, an hour to do this ritual. So we do appreciate it.
Oh, that's
super sweet.
That's very sweet.
It is good.
Trisha, you're missing out. This has got a lot of minty.
It's got a mint finish. I like the fact that the front is it almost like
It's on your lips. It's on your tongue.
caramel.
Yeah.
Like a toffee, like one of those little caramel.
And I was thinking like honey water. You know,
Oh.
like you set out for hummingbirds.
Right.
Like that kind of.
So how does it pair with your bourbon?
Oh, wow. That's a good
great
question. Yeah. So, again, you don't have to pair cigars with your bourbon. I know there are probably some people out there maybe don't like bourbon or maybe they don't like cigars, but ultimately what we want to bring you is the understanding that if you happen to like a particular bourbon or a particular type of cigar, whether it's mild, whether it's dark, whether
Right.
it's light. You want to be able to find the best pairing if you're having a glass of whiskey or bourbon. So in this particular instance, I've got a lot of sweet notes on the cigar.
Yes.
And we had a lot of caramel on the
vanilla,
the
caramel,
vanilla.
a lot of woody. It actually brings out the that woodiness. It really
does. It
accentuates it.
highlights the
Yeah,
oaky.
it does
Absolutely.
accentuate it.
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of wood, a
Yeah.
lot of oak,
A lot of oak.
and it actually becomes a little bit spicier.
It's probably highlighting the toasted more than anything because of the
I do
smokiness.
taste a little black pepper more with that than I did before. Is it interesting?
So whether you're outside just enjoying Mother Nature, you're on a golf course, or you're sitting there with your friends, enjoying a good cigar and a good glass of bourbon, I say these two pair fantastic.
They do. They do. They complement each other with the taste. One of the things that tends to happen also, a lot of times the cigar will overtake or overcome the bourbon, or vice versa, right? But I think these two they work very well together. They complement each other, and it brings out different tastes that we didn't have
Yeah.
on that first one. At least I didn't, you know.
I would give the cigar a 4. I think
Oh,
it is.
we're doing the
We're gonna
B&A.
go ahead and
We're
we're
doing
gonna
the
do the B-
okay.
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
4.
I think
Cigar
this
is a
is
4.
4. This is a pretty phenomenal cigar.
Okay, good. Manual. No decimals. Okay, no 3.5s to 3.8s.
I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give this cigar, based on the fact that on the line that it's working on, right? So we have to look at the different lines, and this is a flavored cigar. I'm gonna say that in the flavor lineup, I would give it a 3.
Only a 3
Only a 3.
of flavor.
Pretty
flavor.
phenomenal.
Okay.
It's fantastic. It is fantastic.
It's one of my favorites.
It's really good.
Okay.
There are a couple of different ones, right?
Yeah.
The Isla del Sols, which you and I both love, right? We go out golfing. I think it's fantastic. It doesn't match up to this, but there's a couple of different ones that I've recently had, and I think they'll match up really well with it. And they're also flavored cigars. So to me right now, I would say that it's a 3. I mean, it does well. It does
Okay.
really well.
So I'm
How
going
about
to
you?
disagree. Again, maybe I'm the outsider here. I'm going to disagree. I think you're a 3.
I'm a 4.
Oh, you're a 4. Okay, good for
4.
you. And you're a 3. So I'm going to disagree with you and agree more with my wife, which never happens.
Good. All
I'm going to say,
See, we're already doing better.
and this is what's fantastic, people, about being able to enjoy the experience with my wife or women in general, is everybody has their own palate.
Absolutely.
Everybody enjoys their own types of bourbon, whether it's a spicier, rye, or if it's 100 proof or it's 80 proof, what have you. Pairing it with cigar, I was at a 4, and I'm probably at a 4 with the cigar. Again, this makes my top 5, and agree. I have a different palate.
this
I
is
like mild. I like sweet. I like bourbon that is more on that 100 to 110 proof. But together, I'll
No.
disagree with you. I will say
gotcha.
I'm now the cigar. I'll say it is a 4. I will agree with my wife.
It's
Which
good.
never happens.
Okay.
But to
Nice.
pair together, I'm gonna
As a
say
whole.
I'm gonna use that decimal system. I don't know what it means.
Yes.
But I'm
Please-
gonna say
Please do.
Ah,
Please use it.
I
We want to hear it.
I don't
Let's
know
go.
what the decimal system is, but I'm gonna go 4.5 on a pairing.
On a pairing.
On a pairing.
Oh, okay.
Now
Oh,
four,
that's some
4,
good
but
time.
together it's definitely a 4.5. 4.5.
Trish, what is the smell to you? Being you're not smoking, but what do you,
You know-
smell with the cigars?
Well, first of all, it's not a horrible smelling cigar smoke.
Sure.
You know, some of them smell awful. But I think it smells great, and it actually, the smoke in the room kind of accentuates the oakiness of this.
So you want me to blow more to you? Is
Blow
that
your
what you're
way.
saying?
She's
Okay.
like, send it this way.
Send it this way. All right, I got you, girl. Hey, if you guys are enjoying our content, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. And on behalf of Trisha, Manuel, and my wife, Nicole, I just want to say thank you I also want to say a shout out to Paramount Wines and Liquor and Spirits, or Wines, Paramount Wines
Wine
and Spirits, liquor
Manhattan.
store in Manhattan, Kansas.
Yes, sir.
Located off of Highway 24 in Green Valley Road.
Green Valley Road.
Green Valley Road.
Absolutely.
They have an outstanding selection of bourbon, and they have the third largest availability of cigars in Manhattan, Kansas. And their staff is very knowledgeable, and they will assist you.
They're very accommodating.
Very accommodating.
They will bring cigars that of your choice if they don't already. They do a great job of their bourbon selection and their cigars. We're really happy with them.
Absolutely.
Do you guys sell the assets?
Oh yeah. What
We
are
do.
these? What are
We
these
do.
costs?
These are the
What do these cost?
these retail about $7-8 on the shelf. They're the Blondie, the acids, the torpedoes here.
The
yeah,
bellicosos.
the bellicosos.
Valcosos. Well,
That's right.
if
They
I
are
was,
amazing.
yeah, if I could say it as pretty as he would, then yeah, you need to try it. I just want to say thank you again for watching our video. I hope you liked it. Always remember to drink responsibly.
If you also would give us some comments down below. We're always open to ideas. If you want to see us review a cigar, a bourbon, send it down on the links below and let us know.
And
We'll
we'll
be more
have
than
links
happy to.
below for the information for both the
Absolutely.
cigar
We'll-
and the bourbon this evening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Thanks again.
Cheers.